I can turn these on.
Doing that because I want to take stories with you assholes.
And you them kids that have been f***ing off in my tool shed.
Organized horses like yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you. Hurry.
Lollygaggers. Something struck again.
Well, it could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Where are you holding your hand? There's your other hand. Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves stood together in Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3.
Live from its basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. We are back for another week of entertainment after our week off. Our show real quick, as it always starts. How was everybody's week? We have Ed at home tonight with the Hooters behind him. So let's see what his how last week was for him. Last 2 weeks, Ed. Music. And he froze. I don't know why. We're frozen. Okay. How was your weekend?
My week?
We can't hear Ed. I don't know what I did here. I didn't do anything. We can't hear Ed.
Ed, do you know sign language?
Is your volume on, Ed? I don't know. Is your finger on?
Yeah, everything's working here.
Is he freezing or is he
freeze frame? Freeze frame. No, let me check here. What do I got? Maybe I got a setting on here. Right? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me bring it back. Let me. Yeah, you're not muted or anything here. You should,
I know.
you hear good, huh? Can't you?
And I can hear great too.
Your mic something must happen to your mic. Check your screen again. See, I don't know. Well, I'll go to Willie while you're looking. Just yell something when you think you got it. Willie, how was your last week? 2 weeks.
Couple of weeks, yeah. So I played dart ball last couple of weekends. One weekend was good. One weekend wasn't so good. We had a good time. Went up to Green Bay. I actually ran into you, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did,
yeah,
as I recall.
Yeah, I saw you in Green Bay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can't shake this guy.
I follow him everywhere he goes. Yeah. So, but it was fun. Met some interesting people up there.
Okay.
The bar we went to was pretty cool. What was that called? C Street.
Yeah, nice bar. Yeah.
A kid from Bradford owns it, correct?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
I believe I can't remember his name. Ted Johnson or Ted Thompson.
One of the two.
It was
I'm sure somewhere. Well,
yeah,
nice guy, very nice guy.
Called C Street up in Green Bay. It's a nice bar, really nice bar.
And yeah, it's a good time. So yeah, I had a good couple of weeks.
Good.
You had some crazy. You had a.
Yeah, I was in Vegas last weekend to bowl, and I was just in Appleton or Green Bay area to bowl this past week. So 2 weekends of bowling. Vegas was cool. Bowling was okay. Not great. Bowling was a little better in Green Bay, not much better, but it was it's fun both weekends. Had a good time. Just settling back in now. So
how was it bowling in pants or slacks?
Yeah, it was different. I haven't worn pants to bowl like in a long. I actually wore them once bowling this year because I went to a basketball game before. So I wore jeans the game. I wore jeans to bowl then after.
Okay.
So I wore jeans actually one other time this year bowling. So, and that's there. Let's see what's that going out. What's going on?
Can you hear me at all or
Still got nothing.
nothing?
That's weird. Try to go out and in. Try to do like X out of us and try to come back with the link I sent you. Check it out and see if that works. Because you were working great before. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I found was wrong. Yep, I figured it out. When he comes back, it goes mute sometimes. Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah. I had the mute on you on my actual speakers for my computer. It goes to mute once in a while, and if it's on mute, I can hear anything coming out of the thing. But the music was playing and everything, so it was working. So as soon as you came on, it must have muted out or something because that was X'd out. So Ed,
No.
okay. So what did you do this past 2 weeks? What went on with you? Oh, hold on. Now we can't hear you.
You gotta be shitting me.
you're like really low now. Like it's totally opposite of before. You were awesome and loud. Now you're not. Now you're low. It's like we flipped, but we've got good green bars from you. So I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me? Does this help at all or?
Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah.
All
Get
right.
into your mic.
Get into my mic. It's like my mouth. No, it looks like I lost a bunch of weight and got some hair. I look good. Who's in my seat?
Jason's in your seat.
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
Let me check some more thing because your volume's low again. I don't know. I got it up all the way here. Blah blah blah. Try it now. Oh, no.
Well, I can talk all night.
Try it now once. Nope. Okay. Nope. That's not working. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, now talk again.
Can you hear me good now? I hope so. No.
Yeah, it's like you said. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
All right. You got it?
No, it keeps like fading low.
Hmm.
It's really weird.
Many buttons here, so.
And it's weird. It goes low and then it like you get loud and then it goes low, then it sounds muffled. So I don't know what's going on. Let me try it now.
Yeah, I can talk all night. Just keep making noise.
Yeah, it is not working.
Should just have him call in.
You know what? You want to do it on the? You could do it on the phone with us if you want. Let's do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Call in and you go on. It sounds way better. That just do it on your phone.
Right.
That's cool. Okay, cool. Put you on the phone then with us.
How am I gonna do that?
Just call my phone and I'll put you on the Bluetooth.
Right.
And I'll and then probably just mute you and you can at least see you on there still. You know what I mean? Just go on speaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Ed, are you there? Yeah, let me get this set up. Let me unmute this.
Like, get this.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. There we go.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Here we go. We're good. So, Ed, how was
Now
your?
you can hear me.
Yeah, perfect. How was your last 2 weeks?
Well, I went to a quinceañera last weekend. That was pretty lavish.
Yeah, they are.
You guys ever been to one?
Yeah, I've been to 2, I think.
Yeah, there was a mariachi band. The food was awesome. There was dancing. They had an open bar. I mean, I'm not looking forward to spending that kind of money in 2 years when my girlfriend turns 15.
Awkward.
I'll tell you the real story, actually. So we go to this quinceañera. I get all dressed up. I can barely get my pants on. I'm like this. I gotta go down to Mike Bjorn to get them stretched out or something. Get a pant stretcher. So I get into these things. We show up. They've got cards there. Like it'll be like Steve +1 or the Robinson family. We get there. It says Amber. So it's just her.
Oh, nice.
I'm standing around looking all awkward with all these, like 25, 15-year-old girls just staring at me. And I'm like, I'll go grab something at the bar. I went right home.
Did you really? You went home?
Yeah, there was no spot for me there.
Really?
And Amber sent it in, but obviously somebody screwed up along the way. So I didn't want to make a big scene. It was open bar, too.
Did you get a couple drinks at least before you went?
Hell no. I went home and drank.
Did you? What'd you have?
I'll take that time alone.
You and the dogs and your jar peanut butter
and your socks.
Yeah, we're down a jar of peanut butter there.
Well, hey, some of this peanut butter is getting recalled. I just want to let you know that.
Well, the dogs might be sick then.
Jace, how was your week?
Hello.
Yeah,
There you go.
It was pretty jam packed with a lot of stuff. We had girls soccer started. I do the announcing for them, and I run the scoreboard and stuff. That was fun. Yeah, with my girlfriend. Otherwise, just not much.
Who's the flavor of the week for you?
What?
Trying to get you in trouble.
Chocolate chip.
I mean, she works at Culver's.
Does she? All right.
That'd be my nickname for her.
So on this week's show, we're gonna talk a little about the MLB coming up. We're gonna have our MLB preview next Monday. But we'll talk a little about MLB, maybe a little. I don't know. We call it maybe a sneak peek at the preview. Also, NFL moves. The Masters is coming up this week. We'll do a little draft between us guys here, and then we'll start off tonight by talking about in about half an hour tip off in Nolens. Number 8 seed North Carolina faces number 1 seed Kansas. After the somewhat of an upset on Saturday night, Kansas beats undermanned Villanova, losing their best scorer the night before. So Kansas pretty much walked into the final game. But then Duke losing to North Carolina. So Coach K finished his career by losing North Carolina twice in a row. And the big story to me in that game was how a team that's very fundamental misses 3 out of 4 free throws down the stretch and ends up losing the game. So what do you guys think about tonight's game? Kansas and North Carolina, that's an old school power teams battle. So what do you think? We'll start with Willie. What do you think about tonight's game?
I'm thinking about back to the North Carolina Duke. So Coach K, the first game he ever coached, he lost to North Carolina, lost his last game at Cameron to North Carolina, and then ends his career with a loss to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be sticking in his craw a little bit there.
Yep.
That is not the way you want to go out.
No,
not at all.
I agree. I
wonder if he told anybody to shut up. But tonight, I'm going to go with Kevin Ranch should be really ticked off right now, but I'm going to go with Kansas because I've been bad mouthing them, and it's kind of like this little game we got going on. He was bad mouthing Michigan. He goes, Michigan had no business getting in this tournament. Like I said, just keep talking about them that way. So I kind of did the same thing about Kansas. Said, well, these guys are terrible. I don't know how they even got this far. Blah blah blah. And then they started winning.
So you like them straight up, obviously, but how about the giving 4.5? You like this? You like them giving the 4.5?
I think so. But the one you gotta worry about that Love kid, man.
Yeah,
he's looked really pretty good the last couple of games.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't watched North Carolina much this year, and you really weren't on my radar. But the only time you really kind of watched them is when they're playing Duke or somebody else who's nationally ranked. But I mean, coach is doing pretty well with them.
Yeah, I agree.
Doing real well with them, and then that Love kid, and I forget what the other kid's name is, but he did really good. Hey, a mouth breather, enough. It's Ed.
Ed, what do you think about tonight's game?
I like North Carolina.
Okay,
they've overcome every odd. The odds every game.
Okay.
I mean, nobody's picked them to get, even through the Sweet 16. Nobody picked them even to get that far.
Yeah, and this is number 8. They would tie for the highest or lowest or biggest seed to win if they win. Tying Rolly Massimino's Seton Hall team, or who?
No, he's Villanova.
Yeah,
Villanova.
I'm sorry,
beating Georgetown. Yeah,
Villanova beating Georgetown. So, big key tonight is Ocha. I can't remember. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. The way he's shooting the ball right now is pretty good. Like you said, Love will be a good little matchup for him or going on there. I just think that Kansas in the end might be too much for them. I think Kansas kind of they kind of rose at the top. They played okay to start tournament, but then if you think about it, they played a lot better the last couple of games, which you got to play better when you play better teams, I guess. So maybe it was more of a playing up to your competition. But I like Kansas, but North Carolina, like Ed said, I agree with that, man. It's tough. It's kind of hard when you say it. You're like, well, it's hard. Every time you bet against North Carolina, they've won. So
what's Roy Williams going to do tonight? Where's he sitting?
Yeah.
Does he have a mask on that has Jayhawks on one side and the Tar Heels on the other?
Yeah.
What is this guy going to do here?
Who do you like tonight, Jace?
UNC. After beating Duke in the regular season, they've been on fire, and they really haven't slowed down since. They've been winning games by a reasonable amount. So, and especially with the Armando
Bacot.
Yeah.
with I think he gets it done tonight, really, for him.
He's had 43 rebounds over UNC's last 2 games. Is that correct? In the last 2 games, they had 43 rebounds.
I think so. Let's
Wow.
see. Armando Linwood Bacot Jr.
So we got 2 UNCs and 2 Kansases. We'll find out tonight how that goes. Either way, I'm sure it'll be a good game. I think. Let's hope for everybody watching. Trade today in the NFL. It's an odd trade. I don't know. I get it, but it's weird. It's not a draft night trade. But the Eagles are sending in the number 16 overall, number 19 overall sections in the 2022 draft to the Saints in exchange for the number 18 overall, number 101 overall, number 237 overall, and a 2023 first round pick and a 2024 second round pick. But Philadelphia will also send over a 194th pick. So basically, a lot of picks for Philly for the Saints to move up. So I wonder if the Saints have a plan for this year, what they want in the draft. Is it a quarterback? They like one of these kids? Are they going to grab? They need linemen. They need a lot of stuff. So I don't know what their plan is.
Head
but
coach? No.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. What do you guys think about? It's just I guess it's a good time to do the trade so you can plan your draft. And the draft night trade like that kind of screws you up a little bit. So it kind of plans your draft, but to give up capital for somebody that, I don't know. On draft night, we don't know for sure if you're going to get who you want. So it's kind of weird. But, hey, Saints are trying to do something right away. Strike away. It's hot, so let's see how they do. So what do you guys think about that, you guys?
Yeah, I'm looking at this trade right now, and it's the Eagles are essentially moving back 2 spots and really picking up a third and a second over the next 2 years. It's essentially what it is. They're giving up 2 firsts. No, they're only picking. Yeah, they're giving up 2 firsts, and they're getting 2 firsts, but a second and a third back.
Yeah, because they got a first round pick next year and then a second round pick in 24. Yeah, so
and a third-round pick
Yeah.
this year.
So they're getting the first round pick in 23, I guess. So maybe they don't like what they see this year. I don't know. Maybe they don't need, and they got Hurts, so maybe it's a trial for him another year to see if he can play. Maybe next year's draft might be a little more quarterback rich, they're saying. So you never know what they might plan to do the next year.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this trade's kind of over my head because they're looking at so many different draft picks and things like here. They've got a plan down the road there that they've talked about. Obviously, they found the right partner to do this trade with. And I don't get it, but I bet it's going to work out somewhere. And you know what? We'll have this conversation next year when we see what happens after with the draft.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Eagles are hoping that the Saints are going to suck ass next year, so they get that first round pick will move up.
Yeah, the higher pick that might be.
They're hedging on that, So
yes, so yeah, it's interesting. I mean,
yeah, it's a weird trade.
Yeah, it's just weird when it happened. It took place, but I guess it's good. I guess when you look, like I said, when you look at the big picture, I guess you can plan your draft now. I guess there's certain guys you want or don't want. So I don't know. So MLB starts this week. We didn't think it would, but it is a couple weeks late. But they're gonna get all the games in. So we're gonna talk about MLB preview next week, but maybe just a look into what we're thinking. Anybody you guys like right now as a team to be a surprise type team in baseball this year? And besides the usual suspects, I mean, we all know who people are going to pick probably, but is there someone out there that stands out to you guys? And we'll start with you, Ed, that you might see that is a sleeper team, maybe get a wild card, even win the division over some people. Who knows? Maybe sneak up on people. Anybody you see?
I mean, right now, you got the powerhouses. That whole National League West is just, they keep adding. The Padres got like 14 starting pitchers now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the Dodgers got like 8 first basemen. So, but I mean, around the league, if some team was going to surprise me right now, they could come up and, and you guys are probably going to agree with me on this. The Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of young talent. That's a pretty weak division. Cleveland looks like they're going to be garbage.
Who are they
Royals
calling again?
Who's that?
He's Guardians?
No.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm still an old timer.
So you're saying you said the Tigers, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Tigers are good. The only competition is going to be the White Sox in that division. I mean, the Twins have added a lot too, but I don't know. I think the Tigers could sneak in there. The American League East is so top heavy. It's hard to say. I mean, they would. What other divisions would somebody sneak up in? Maybe the Braves division. Could Miami sneak in there?
Yeah.
You kind of stole my thunder there. That was going to be my say. I would say Tigers going to make the playoffs this year.
Tigers.
Bold prediction right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the Tigers are the team that I see that could jump in there.
I actually like the Tigers a lot, but I actually like the Twins too. I think the White Sox are going to have a lot to handle in that division this year. I don't think, and with the injuries they came up with the last couple of days, I think that division could be a lot different this year. I think the Twins added pieces that are making Correa is going to be Correa went there, right? Yeah, Correa is a good piece they added. Their pitching will be solid. I mean, so we never know. I mean, I think the AL Central might be a little better than people think, and I think the White Sox better not think they're just the best team. They're going to get a ticket to the playoffs just because of their team is a good team. Don't get me wrong, but they've lost Lance Lynn now for a few months, possibly. They lost someone else.
They said 4 to 6 weeks for Lynn.
They lost somebody else here. They a pitcher for the year, I thought, to Tommy John or something like that. So, I mean, they're a little banged up pitching wise, and pitching's. I mean, obviously, we all know pitching is what's going to get you there. So we'll see. I mean, but yeah, I think that I like Detroit was one of my picks, and the Twins are a kind of a sleeper team to me too. It's a weird. I don't know. It's a weird. Like you say, the other divisions you look at, they're very. Okay, you got the Boston, the Yankees, and probably Tampa's going to hang out there. Baltimore's probably going to be terrible.
Toronto now even.
Yeah, Toronto. So that division could get a little that division too. I mean, Toronto last year missed it by a game, I think, the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think you're looking at maybe the Yankees might be 4th place in that division.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think Boston has done some good things. Boston almost did. They retooled smartly. They didn't do. I mean, Trevor Story was a lot of money. Right, he went there, correct? Trevor Story went to Boston.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but they put some pieces in there. They got some good young pitching. I mean, they had a solid ball. So they're a kind of team. Yeah, I think the Yankees still they don't impress me at all. They did nothing to get better. They just signed a bunch of old guys again and hope they can hit the ball. I mean, they got rid of probably one of the better hitters than Voit. They just dumped him. They traded him or whatever. I like Voit, and they kept. No offense to Rizzo, but I would have won the Voit over Rizzo probably in the long run. I would have, but I don't know.
They always go old guy over young guys.
I mean,
it's really weird.
Ed, you're the baseball guy. Do you like Voit over Rizzo at this time? Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was just weird to me. I mean, him and Rizzo getting a fight in practice, and next thing you know, he's getting traded. I'm like, okay. I like Rizzo. Don't get me wrong. Rizzo's one of my favorite Cubs probably ever, but I'm going to Voit right now if I have a chance to get him from my actual baseball team. I mean, but yeah, we'll talk more next week about that. We'll have our predictions for the season. You know, maybe MVP talk, a little Cy Young talk, maybe.
Yeah, the only other
team
I could think of one more team is maybe like Seattle sneaking in there in the West.
Yeah, they've done some good things too, quietly. And
I mean,
the West is the West is kind of weak at times with Houston. Yeah, they're decent and they're going to be good, but I don't know if they're as good. And yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of who in the National League. You got anybody over there? You think?
The National League, I really think that I think the Central is the Brewers to lose. I don't think anybody's with the pitching problems that the Cardinals are going through with injuries and stuff. The Cubs aren't going to be good enough. I think. I mean, I
call my surprise. My surprise in that division is the Cubs are going to hang with St. Louis. I don't think St. Louis is as good as everybody thinks.
No, I don't think they're running away with it. I agree. I think they're going to be second and third, those two. I believe so. The Reds and Pirates will probably be bottom of the barrel. And then I think the Cubs will actually compete because they're not a terrible team. They're not a good enough team to win the division, I don't think. But they're not a team that's going to go out and, you know, it's kind of weird. The makeup of the team is probably a little better than it was like last year at times. I mean, and they had all these great players, supposedly. And I just think it makes you manage better, and they kind of got to, you know, if they get lucky and Stroman has a good year and Hendricks, they have good years. You never know. I mean, and if Wick is the closer and can come out of there and be a good closer for the year, their bullpen is solid. I mean, so they just got to score runs, and that might be. I mean, what's Nick Madrigal's a great guy for them. I like Madrigal's quietly gonna. I think if he stays healthy, he's gonna be a good. He should lead off, I believe, for them if it comes down to it. So I agree.
Yeah,
with you.
Cubs got a lot of young talent that's going to be coming up in the next year or so.
Yeah, well, Brennan Davis will be up this year, I think. He should be. I mean,
he should be.
And I know it's training camp, and I know I'm not gonna, you know, you don't. But he's just a straight hitter. He just hits the ball, and I mean, hopefully he doesn't get to the major leagues and it goes downhill for him. Hope he can, you know, get him up here. He bats 250, hits a few home runs, gets a little confidence, and next year he comes. You know what I mean? That's what you need him to do. Not come up and bat 120 and strike out 75 times and be like, oh crap, this guy sucks. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Cubs. I think aren't gonna. I don't think they're good enough to win the division, but I think they're good enough to hang around and cause problems. I really do.
No, if Milwaukee loses that division, something bad went. You know, it went.
Yeah, someone got injured or something was wrong. Yeah, because they should win that division, no problem.
That starting pitching.
I mean, and with the bullpen, and also they got the Ashby kid joining them now, and they've got depth in their bullpen with Devin Williams is back now. They're six deep in the rotation. Their bullpen's really good at the back end of it.
Yeah,
I mean, unless injury comes up,
their hitting's not crazy good, but solid defense. They're good.
That's the one thing that disappointed about the Brewers is that they did not attack to go get a good bat. I mean, they got Henry Renfroe and McCutcheon. I mean, that's not putting me over the top at all for them in the hitting wise. I mean, like a Schwarber would have been someone that would have been neat, or even a Rizzo, for 2 years going there. But obviously those guys are making their choices. And maybe Milwaukee isn't the destination for those guys, so I get it. But I mean, they didn't really wow me with their pickups. I mean, just bat, just a bat. And although I've read good things about Kirsten Hura, I've heard great things about him. He's hitting the ball. He's changed. I was reading about it last night during our fantasy draft. I mean, his leg kick is different now. It's not as high anymore. He's batting like around 500 in spring training right now, which doesn't translate, but a lot better than he probably did last year and the year before. So maybe he's the guy they're going to bet on.
I'm actually rooting for Hira to fail because if you remember last year in that keeper league, we kept we kept Keston over Sandy Alcantara. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a shit pick that was. That was we still won our league, but man, that was a horrible decision we made. So I don't want him to prove me wrong that he's still good talent.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the Brewers, yeah. Well, the other two NL divisions out there, the West.
The National League West has got
they're stacked.
everybody except Washington, really, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. So like I said, we'll talk more about the MLB next week.
And you got Buck Showalter now, you know, with the Mets.
Yeah,
I think he's a bit of a wild card for them. I really do.
The Mets have talent. They just got to make it work. That's the problem with them every year.
They got issues right now.
Well, they got DeGrom already hurt.
And
Scherzer might miss a game already.
Yeah. So
hey, if you're gonna miss it early.
Yeah. Miss it early. Don't miss too many later, I guess. So yeah, real quick, we'll talk a little about the NBA playoffs. So I didn't mention the start. The NBA, the playoffs start, I believe, next Tuesday with the little play-in games. At this point in the season, the two surprising things, the more surprising, the Lakers, just they're god awful. They're not good a basketball team. They don't even deserve to make the playoffs. They are, I believe, 3 games behind now for the 10th spot. I don't think they're making it. The Brooklyn Nets are number 10 team. People say that's a surprise, but with all the injuries and the Kyrie came playing on the road and that it just came together as not good. But if they make the playoffs, do you want to play them first? I don't think you do if you're Miami or Boston or Milwaukee, if they somehow have to play them. I don't think they want to. They should all beat them, but they're going to be a tough out, the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, what was it the other night? He put up 55 points.
Yeah.
50, and they still lost.
Yes.
Durant.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
no one wants to play defense on that team, right?
No. Well, you look at this, too. It's kind of funny. Look at the standings, and Portland has 27 wins. They traded McCullough. They haven't had Lillard all year. He's been injured, basically. And they're only 4 games behind the Lakers. That's how bad the Lakers are.
That is brutal.
I mean, we were watching the other night, and there was a rebound around a basket, and LeBron's standing there, and the guy just gets the offense rebound right next to him. LeBron don't jump, and he puts it back in. I'm like, is this guy just wasting space now at this time in his career? I mean, great. He's leading the league in scoring, but he's not playing defense. He really isn't. And every time he gets touched, he falls to the ground like he's a soccer player. I mean, this is insane.
Oh, how do the Lakers even deserve to be in the playoffs? They're 16 games under 500.
Yeah, it's just terrible. I mean,
not 16 games under. We could probably put guys together, just that we still know that could probably be 16 games under 500 right now.
Well, the funny thing about this, remember years ago, the U.S. used to be the better conference? It's flipped that nobody in the top 10 of the East has a under 500 record. 40 and 38 is a worst record. In the West, the 8, 9, and 10 seed right now are all under 500.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. But the story is I did go to the Bucks game on Sunday with wife and family or whatever, and I'm still not buying Chris Milton, fellas. I'm not buying that dude, man. They lose. He has 3 points at one point in the game. In the third, he ends up with 9 in a game. They lose by 12 or 11 or 9 or 8, whatever they lost by. Giannis had a solid game, nothing great. He was like the 4th scorer on the team in a game they lose against against a playoff team, Dallas Mavericks. And the same thing did the Bucks in yesterday, and they were full strength yesterday. The only guy I think they didn't play was Ibaka. So full strength, and the thing that's gonna kill them, I think, in the long run is that 3-point line. They can't guard it. They got killed there yesterday. Luka, they had no answer for Luka at all. He had a great game. So I don't like the Bucks right now at all. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong. I don't like what's going on with them. I really don't. They've been mediocre all year. Overall, I thought they've won some games. I mean, Giannis has been incredible. He should be MVP, but he won't be. But I don't know. There's something about him right now. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but something about him I just can't. I don't understand. So anything I don't know if you've watched the Bucks, but anything you see about the Bucks that kind of worries you or go, oh man, or am I wrong? You say, nah, they'll overcome and they're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll see where it goes from there. What do you guys think about the Bucks right now, Ed? What do you think?
Well, right now, I mean, it looks like what's the matchup? It ends up 4 against 5.
Well, right now they would play Toronto. Right now, they're the 3 seed. It's saying.
Yeah.
So that could change. I mean, obviously they could drop to 4 and play
So
Philly
it's a
or
possibility
Chicago.
they're going to be playing Toronto or Chicago. There's a good chance it's going to be one of those 2 teams.
Yes. So that'd be
We just saw them the other day just destroy Chicago.
Yeah, that's true.
But in Chicago's scoring differential is almost identical. They don't outscore their opponents by much.
Yeah.
So,
well, the fun fact I heard today. I think the Bulls, they're the 11th best record in the NBA right now. If you figured out their 11th best record, their record against the 10 teams in front of them is 5-21 this year.
Yeah.
And I think the top 5 teams they haven't beat at all.
Right.
They're 0 and whatever. And the Bucks have a chance to, if the Bucks beat them tomorrow night, that will finish them off for the year of the teams that are ahead of them. And they wouldn't have beat a legit contender probably all year. And that's what I was high on the Bulls this year. I really was. I thought they had a good setup. I thought DeMar DeRozan was going good.
I picked them.
Yeah, I did like the Bulls. I liked them. I did. I thought they were going to be a sleeper team. I thought they would be a 1 or 2 seed there, but they just fell off. I mean, they had the injury. They haven't had ball for a while. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the Bulls might be a good matchup. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bulls. I hate to say that. Don't want to ever say you want to see somebody, but out of all the teams that are on this list, I'd rather see the Bulls the first round. I really would.
If I was Miami, I'd be really scared about Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta or any of those teams. They have to play. They're gonna have to play Atlanta or Charlotte. Charlotte's a sneaky team too. Charlotte has some good young talent, and they're a good team, and they play good team. They play good basketball. They're a good team. So I
saw a stat the other day about Trae Young. 19 games this year, he scored 30 and had 10 assists.
He's a good ball
19
player, right?
games. The next highest is like Luka with like 8 or 9 or something.
He's very quiet and good. Nobody talks about Trae Young ever when you talk about the best players in the NBA. Nobody talks about him.
Nope.
Nobody says, John Morant, Luka, Jokic. We could do this with Durant, blah blah, Giannis, and then nobody goes Trae Young, and it's crazy because he's actually becoming like a Lillard type player. Lillard, like a little not as bulked up as him, but he's kind of that same guy. He shoots the ball great, and he just plays really well. He's got great hair. You can't deny him his hair. So what do you guys?
What are you talking about? Trae Young?
Trae Young. His hair is awesome.
Everybody's got great hair compared to me and Willie. So
sorry, guys. My apologies. So the Bucks. What do you think of the Bucks, Willie?
You would think they'd have found themselves by now. Budenholzer would have figured out what's going on. But they just weren't they kind of like a little weak going in the playoffs last year a little bit too. As I recall, I just didn't
last
remember
year they were the 3 seed, and they did over. But the thing with that last year is it's almost like they won it, but they dodged bullets doing it.
Well, yeah, we always remember the size 17,
which was great. I mean, they played a depleted Brooklyn Nets team and was took into 7 games.
Right.
Which this year you won't have a depleted team. I mean, you're gonna have, and I think I still believe Ben Simmons isn't playing, but I think just having 2 ball players that have different games and not Harden there makes that open up way better for them.
Yeah.
When Kyrie's playing at his top level, and Kyrie's literally might be one of the best players in the NBA also. He is. He's crazy, but he is.
Right.
And you got Durant. You don't have James Harden in between you now trying to catch the ball when you're trying to pass to each other. It really is. I mean,
jump in front of the pass.
Ben Simmons isn't playing, but his effect on the team has been great because you don't have to worry about James Harden no more. If you think about it, I mean, I think they haven't done great, but I think they play together. I think this could be different, like you said. And luckily, I guess they got away with beating Atlanta without Giannis a couple games, which was huge.
Didn't they get smoked the other night, the Bucks?
Oh yeah, but no starters played.
No starters played. Okay,
they got beat by like 40 by the Clippers,
okay,
but not one starter.
Okay,
suited up, and it was which I don't understand that, but I think they were saving it for the matchup against Dallas, which didn't work out too well.
No.
So the Bucks, we'll see the playoffs start for them next week. We're going to talk about that also next week. we'll check our picks out. I'll have to look them up and see if I find what we had, and then we'll redo our picks for the playoffs and who we think's gonna be in the finals and all that. Although NBA is so easy, I bet we have a lot of the same teams. We probably have the same teams almost. A lot of us pick Phoenix, a lot of us pick Bucks, and there's not many tricks in here. I mean,
I picked Miami.
Yeah, the NBA is too easy. I mean, it really is. It's too easy to pick. It honestly is. So let's talk about something else that happened last week. We get a chance to bog last Sunday night at the Oscars. And I just want to talk about this because I thought it was, number one, the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I think just for the situation and everything. And well, let's just ask your first reaction when you saw that clip or if you saw it, whatever. What was your reaction? And I'll go with Ed first. What did you think about the whole thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Oscars?
Well, I obviously I didn't watch it because it's crap, but I've seen all the highlights. At first, my first reaction was, man, that's fake. Obviously, to get they need the publicity. But when you watch that again, Chris Rock was not ready for that. You could tell when you start looking at it, the way he reacted. All he could do is say, "Wow."
Mm-hmm.
He gets hit, and he just goes, "Wow."
Yep.
Wow. Now, Chris Rock's a comedian. If he knew that was coming, he'd have had like, "Yo, I just got bitch slapped" or something. He would have some kind of comment.
Yeah.
He had nothing.
I agree.
I felt the same way watching. I thought, oh, this is a nice little bit going on here. This is going to be good. But then, when he heard him keep cursing after he sat down, you go, keep my fucking wife's out of your name out of your mouth, and just kept going on. But, they kind of pieced all this stuff together because Jada actually chuckled at first, polite or not. She smiled about it. And then, so, what led him up to this? What must be a lot of stuff going on in his head, because he's lost like a couple of pitcher deals already where he was, had some stuff going. A couple of people just say, hey, no, we're not going to work with you now. So it's probably going to hurt his pockets a little bit here. And you're not going to see him in as many movies after just getting an Academy Award for King Richard. And I guess he also he's not in the Academy or something like that.
He dropped out himself.
Dropped out. Yeah. I don't think it's done yet, but just like everything in society, this society that we live into, we live in a very forgiving society. And down the road here in a little bit here, we'll forget about this, or we'll remember. Oh, remember that one time when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face? But like I said, we're a very forgiving society. So
yeah, when I saw it, I thought the same thing. I was like, what's going on here? And then you see it, and the biggest thing to me is people keep saying, well, Chris Rock, he just stood there and he took it. He like fake. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna be Chris Rock for a second, and I'm gonna think, what are they thinking right there? That was honestly the last thing he thought was gonna happen to him on that stage. There is no way he thought he was gonna get hit. There is no way. He did not. Here's the thing. If I said something about someone's wife in a bar and they came toward me, then I know something's gonna go on, and I gotta be ready. This is at the Academy Awards. You're dressed in tuxes, and he gets out of his seat and basically he attacks him.
Oh, absolutely.
And It was a joke. I get it. I understand. But I mean, I don't understand why, because I mean, this is the same couple that I think they had an open relationship. They had stuff going on.
Talked about, yeah.
They left each. I think you found out recently they were together for 4 years, or a couple of years, and she was dating a younger guy and stuff, and supposedly it was one of her kids' friends. And this is. It's not Chris Rock's fault you have a dysfunctional relationship. Not at all. He didn't make a joke about that, which to be honest, when he walked away, I would have probably I would have just laid into him, then said a bunch of more stuff about him.
Right.
I would have went off. I don't care. But
isn't their whole family just pretty much screwed up though? I mean, it's a weird
dynamic.
She's dating a younger guy. Isn't her son like transgender or something?
No, I don't. I no, because her daughter just shaved her head, kind of because her mom did. I think.
I thought his son
Willow,
was
yeah.
like
Willow
something.
Because that's that. He's a that's Willow's a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jaden.
And Will Smith's a gay guy that's married. I mean, I understand all that stuff in Hollywood, how that goes, but he is. There's no doubt. But I mean, there's been rumors for 20 years on that. But it's just obviously they've got some weird things going on there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's kind of open game in Hollywood. You got to be used to it. I mean,
security, hey, anybody can walk on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure security wouldn't have never walked up to him and say, hey, you can't walk up here, But
no, it's Will
if
Smith,
they would have tried to get away, what would he have done there? Would he have shoved the guy out of the way? And then that would have been really interesting.
Yeah. Well, the thing that bothers me is now this is almost now we spin this and just take it as the society part of it. And the sad thing about it is that we talk about privilege. Okay, we talk about it all the time, and this is this is green privilege. That's what that all was. That's all it is. People don't get it. It's all about what you have and what you got. I mean, they asked him to leave and he said no, and all this, and he comes out after, and I'm like, so this place asked him to leave and he said no. I mean, where does that happen in the world where I can just say, no, I did something wrong just now. Nope, I'm staying here. I'm going to accept an award and then talk about and cry about and make people feel bad for me. Not at all. I didn't. I felt no. He gives a speech and I'm just blown away that he's even on stage. And, he should have been they should have said, if they should have told whoever gave that award, if he wins it, just walk backstage with it. And if he walks up here, we're playing the music. You don't want to leave, we're going to embarrass the shit out of him tonight. That's the bottom line. You have to take a stand, and eventually, if they asked him to leave, and he said no, where does that happen in the world? Where you get asked to leave somewhere, pretty much it's a private thing. They're in charge. They ask you, if I go to a concert and I throw a beer on stage, they ask me to leave, and I say no, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to stay?
No, they're going to put you on stage later.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me, the society. We sit there and go, and then people defend Will Smith. They're sitting on Twitter and stuff going, oh, yeah, he said something about his wife. How can you allow that? That's not allowed, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then I can't remember the other one. Someone wrote, he should be in jail. It's assault. And someone wrote right after, that's not assault. I go, oh, my God. I go, yeah, it's assault. We all saw it. He smacked a guy that did nothing to provoke him one bit.
Right.
He used words. And I would taught from a young age, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt. We taught that from when you're 5 years old.
Heck yeah.
You never hit somebody over words ever. That's just the rule. I mean, even if, but it's in the NBA all day. It's in the NBA. We see guys in stands saying something, getting people kicked out. And then we find out, like one person says, well, they were using slurs, but then nothing comes out about it ever again. Well, don't you think like 20 more people that came out and said the same thing, or just because a guy, was yelling at a player and they want to get into it with them, and I'm like, this is just society now, and it's you want to get on Twitter with something cool, and if I say something, the Devin Booker and I drove on the court, called some guy a pussy in the stands because he was saying something to him. He called him a pussy, and he's bringing the ball up and said it, and some guy, and it was it's funny. I'm like, dude, you are a multimillionaire. Why does that guy matter to you? One, hit a three and then stare him down. Do you like Reggie Miller?
Yeah.
Really put the choke sign to Spike Lee. That was fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He didn't say motherfucker or nothing.
Right.
Those players, Jordan was the biggest shit talker ever, but I never really saw Michael Jordan with people in the stands ever. Unless I'm missing something.
Larry Bird, another big shit talker. But he'd come up there and tell you, he goes, well, here's what I'm going to do here right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up here, I'm going to fake left, go right, and I'm going to put it right up over your head here. And that's how he shut people up. So, But then there was, Jim Carrey. You saw his interview.
Oh yeah, he said he was sued him and
$200 million the next day. I walked up there and said, you know what?
Well,
that was assault.
I was very surprised. Like Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes all came out against it, which is good. At least they're not looking through their Hollywood glasses like a lot of them do a lot of times. So it's good they're actually saying, because they're comedians. And now they're worried. Now these comedians are coming out, well, now if I tell a joke about someone on stage, they're gonna think they come up and hit me. Well, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Now I guess you got a problem now, I guess.
You guys see there was one comedian that came out, and I can't remember who it was. And she said, well, it was good to see It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. A strong black man sticking up for his woman. It was beautiful. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. These people are freaking nuts.
Yeah, it's the Hollywood. It's the Hollywood thing. It's
What
the elitist.
Hey, let me
Ricky Gervais?
change your.
Ricky Gervais.
Let me wait.
Go for it.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, go for it because I know you talked about it.
You remember, like,
yeah.
what was it, 2 years ago?
Yep.
He called all the people there pedophiles, and not one was offended enough to go up on stage and slap them.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Even though probably a whole pile of them are pedophiles.
he was much more offending than that one.
Oh,
he's the worst. He's great about it. You know?
He knew he was done drinking beer on stage and just talking the whole night. It was awesome.
Scott, I'm going to take your scenario earlier. Can you imagine if you were in the crowd and you got offended and you walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock? Do you think they would let you stay there? But just by saying, "Oh no, I'm going to stay."
Oh no,
it would have been the worst hate crime in history.
It
would have had Juicy Smollett's interview like 10 minutes later, and Bubba Watson.
I like to ask everybody that on Twitter and in the world and everybody that says this, and I said this right after it happened. I go, so let's say someone, which they did, talk shit about Melania Trump, and Trump went up and smacked the guy somewhere in the face. Oh my God! Now I know he's the president.
It'd be funny as shit. Don't get me wrong.
A lot of people hold Will Smith in a lot of higher regards than the president. So think about it. You think about it. No matter who the president is, a lot of people look up to Will Smith before they look up to Biden or Obama or Trump. So it's funny. You have a guy that's probably has more of a status figure than the president even is, and it's okay. And then I get an award, and then blah blah.
You know, I'd like to hear from like Mark Ruffalo on these things. You know, these really wacko left wing nut jobs.
Yep.
I'd like to hear his thing, because everything's racist, everything's bad. I'd love to hear what he had to say about it.
I mean, yeah, Mark Ruffalo goes at local politicians around here.
Yeah.
And goes after them.
Oh, yeah.
But crickets.
Oh, yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah. When it's happening in his own backyard.
Right.
And his own. Yeah. He lives in a state that's so corrupt that, I mean, he don't say nothing about that ever going on. How their election, the recall election I got out there, was once again another big farce and just what it was. So
can we invite Mark Ruffalo to call our show?
Oh yeah, he can call anytime he wants. I just
we can talk painting too.
Yeah, paint by numbers with him.
No, he was painting by Ruffalo.
Yeah, painting. Oh yeah, painting by Ruffalo. So let's what was the other thing? Oh, you want to do our Masters draft? Let's do our Masters draft in a second. Hold on, let me play this.
Yeah, give us some time.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
Okay, so we're gonna do our Masters draft for like we did last year. So just me, Ed, and Willie will do it this year. Do like we did last year. We're gonna pick 4 guys. We'll do a draft like a snake draft, and then we'll just add up the total score, and winner gets $5 a guy. Is that fair, you guys? $5. So whatever. I think we did $5 last year.
Yeah. Sounds way too much for my blood.
So let's go with this. Let's start out. We'll let the elder statesman of the group start off with his first pick, and you're gonna write these down for us all.
I will write these.
Willie's
down.
Gonna be a secretary and keep track of the scores. So, oh, that was loud. So let's do this. We'll let Willie start off first.
I'm kind of a hack up there. And hack a lung.
And Willie, who is your first pick, Willie?
I'm gonna go with Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas. Okay. Ed, you can go second.
Who's that guy like with the hot wife?
Dustin Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking him.
Okay.
He's my buddy from the the
Ryder Cup.
The Ryder Cup?
Ryder Cup, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with John Rahm. And then I'm going to go with Morikawa. Colin Morikawa. So, Ed, you're up, sir.
I'm going Victor Hovland.
Good call.
Victor Hovland, good call.
Good one.
Will you get a double decker here? Whatever that means.
Oh, hey, no. Victor Hovland. I'm going to go with Spieth.
Spieth. Okay. And who's number 2?
And I'm going to go with Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
That's Ed. He likes that guy. He likes to say his last name.
Scheffler.
Ed, you get your pick.
I'm going to go Patrick Cantlay.
Patrick Cantlay. Okay. I'd love to go Tiger Woods, but I just can't. It's tough. I mean, just if he makes the cut, that'd be great. But I don't think he might not do that either. I'm gonna go with Xander Schauffele.
Ah!
That's the one he likes. Yeah.
And there's a couple on here. I'm gonna go with a little higher odd one because it's always a guy that sneaks up in there. I'm gonna go with Will Zalatoris. And
Are you picking one down the line a little bit there?
Yeah, I did. He's a little higher odd. He's not too far down, but he's a little higher odd. So it's always a guy. Every once in a while, you get a guy like that at the Masters that sneaks up and wins it. And he's
Didn't
actually
you pick Morikawa and Schauffele?
Yeah,
those guys are all about the same.
Yeah. Oh, Zalatoris, didn't he win it one year? Or was he in the
no.
was he in the mix at the end?
He's that tall, skinny, blonde guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
He's newer. He's
Yeah.
okay. Okay, go ahead. Ed, should be your last one, right, Ed?
Who won it last year? Wasn't it Matsuyama?
Yeah, Matsuyama. I was gonna say he's going to take the form.
Oh yeah, he did win it. Yeah.
I'll take him. Nobody ever wins it 2 times in a row, but I'll take him.
I'll take Hideki Matsui then. No, I was kidding.
He hits the shit out of the ball.
And then Willie, finish it up.
Should we just take 5?
Yeah, let's do 5. Let's do
Yeah,
5. We'll add a
5.
bonus pick. Let's do a bonus pick, Ed.
All right, I'll pick one farther down then.
So I'll go with I'm gonna go with Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith. Yep.
And I go with Bryson.
Okay. And then Ed should be your last. Should be 5 for you now, right?
Yep.
Did anybody pick Koepka yet?
Nope.
Well, I'll take Koepka. Why not?
Okay. And then my last one will be. How about? There's so many guys, but not enough winners on here. I'm just telling you.
Tiger.
Need to be a winner to be on this list.
Tony Finau.
I'm gonna go with Rory.
Yeah,
he's up there too.
Yeah, I'm going Rory McIlroy. I'll take Rory. I like Rory. I'm a fan of Rory anyway. So what do we got there, Jace?
I am bearing gifts from family of the show, Jarrett.
Oh, Jarrett sent us.
Tracy dropped this off.
He bought me a helmet.
I don't know who it's for, but I'll just bring it down here if it's for me.
No, it's for the show, Jace. Jared said, I think. He texted mom. So let's put it on top of the thing right there.
You want me to take it out of the box? Or
no, we can leave the box for now. Just put it right there.
Till he gets it signed.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll get it signed. Take it to get it signed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
where did you get that?
Jared sent it to me. He got it in Vegas or something.
Nice.
So it's like a flat black one. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the nice.
Did he stop up and see you when you were there?
No, he didn't have a chance. He couldn't get up there because it's like a 4-hour drive. I didn't expect him to drive up there.
I think he's seen a concert in Vegas like
he went to see a show and he
saw
went
Katy
back.
Perry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. I was gonna say Britney Spears, but I'd go see Katy Perry too.
Yeah, I guess it was really cool. Like they do all the set changes and stuff too.
There was
I
someone.
bet it was really.
Oh, you know.
There was someone dressed as a piece of poop dancing on a toilet as Katy Perry's toilet paper.
Ooh, that'd be her favorite. Eddie, you could do a shower stall about that.
Oh yeah, I'd like her toilet seat. What are we talking about?
So when I was in Vegas, so talking about shows. Oh, we're done with the Masters, right?
Right, we're done.
I saw the show Absinthe. I
saw that. And I tried to look for reviews, and they didn't show anything. There's a reason why.
Oh my god, it's a good variety show. They have like good acrobatics and stuff like that and all. But the in between talking and let's just put it this way: it's NC-17 the whole show.
Oh yeah, okay.
The speaking parts, it's incredible. It's one of the funniest things I ever saw. If I went back, I go to it again. That's how funny it was. It was incredible.
So they have a hypnotist down there at all?
No.
Okay.
But Absinthe, it's a show. If you're in Vegas, go see Absinthe and let me know how you liked it. It was a very good show.
How was Allegiant Stadium?
Oh yeah, I took the tour of the Raider Stadium. It was a very nice stadium. It was kind of interesting. We got to walk on the field, but the field we were on was not their real field. Turf field that UNLV plays on. The real field was outside. It was grass.
Like they do it like in Arizona.
Cardinals, but the Cardinals tray is only 2 feet tall. The tray there is 4 feet tall. and they showed us where you could see. They showed us with the line when the field comes in. They have all these stairs and stuff you got to go down.
Mhm.
Well, game day, those all disappear because the field is
Oh,
exactly
the
up
turf
to.
stays under
So
it?
the players just walk out of the locker room. There's a ramp coming out there, but instead they walk around the field. They don't have to because the turf is high enough.
Wow.
So,
that turf stays under the grass the whole time?
no, they take the turf out.
Oh,
and,
it's just
and
cement?
there's rails in there. The
Oh,
tray,
okay.
the tray runs on. It rides in.
How much does that weigh? Did they tell you?
I think they used the word like, well, I can't remember.
Metric tons?
Yeah, he said something crazy. And I'm like, wow, I can't remember. But kind of cool things. They have all the artwork in the place. Pretty cool. They have a lot of artwork. They have
Talk about
a Raiders Wall of Fame type thing. Well, all the Hall of Famers are on the wall, like Howie Long, Charles Woodson. I think they have their jerseys, and they have Al Davis was on there. But like they have these areas. Like one area is
that's the grass tray,
9,500 tons. So we got to see owner suite and stuff. The only problem with it, after you get done with this tour, you kind of sit there and go, oh, that's pretty cool. That was real neat. And then you sit there and go, well, all the places we saw that are really cool are places only for like really rich people. Because you're not going to get these areas like private chef and the owners and the boxes where the owners' boxes are and all the boxes up there. We were told those boxes run between $600,000 and $700,000 a year, 5-year commitment, and you got to buy tickets also on top of that.
Oh, jeez.
For each game and any other event. I think the box is yours. The other thing that was pretty, and there's another area where they have 2 different like food service stations. They have 2 chefs come in for every game and cook, and always in the box is usually a celebrity chef that's up there cooking for the owners' boxes and all that, and all the boxes up there. So they did have a Guy Fieri for the peasants stand, and they had an area too. Ed, you love this. Every single game, $3 hot dogs at this one stand only in the place.
I'd be there the whole game.
Everything in that one concession area, that one booth, was under $5 on game day.
That's kind of what the
great idea.
The Falcons do that as well.
Yeah, you're right.
They have cheap food there.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was a cool stadium. I thought it was neat. It'd be cool to see a game there. I would, but the price I look for the Bears. That was crazy. The pricing.
What about the torch?
Hey, the Cubs do that celebrity chef thing down in the.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. The
right field corner.
You're right.
Chicken.
Yeah, I've eaten. Yeah, you're right. That the chef thing they do with the Cubs and us commoners get to eat it. That's what's cool about it. So. Yeah. The other thing I did see, the interesting fact about the stadium, Jace just reminded me, the torch, the torch, Al Davis torch they have out there. We got to see it's pretty cool. That was actually made by a 3D printer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in pieces, and then they assembled it on site. And the guy said it was made in Kansas City, so we're not huge about it, but it's fine. So, so yeah, it was a cool tour. If you're ever in Vegas, it was $80 for the tour, and you got a beer and something after, and we did that, and you could sit up top, but the tour itself was just $59 or $60. So if $20, whatever, because like when me and Glenn were doing it, he's like, "Well, you want to do 60 or for the beer and the view?" He's like, "If I could ever do this tour again, you might as well do the beer." And yes, we said, "Yeah, screw it." So we got a beer after and hung out, sat in some seats, looked at it's always cool. It was cool. So, but yeah, some cool fun facts about Vegas. But Absinthe, legit show.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. So
you guys want to start wrapping this up so you can watch the game, or
let's do we can in a minute. We'll do a couple of dad jokes real quick. Get some dad. I got one for you right away. I got a dad joke to start tonight. Ready? But you got to listen. You can hear us, right? Everything good, Ed?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Let me don't say anything. When it's over, let me know if you know who this is.
Let's open up with a joke. What do you call a cow on the floor? Anybody know? Ground beef.
So who was that?
What did you say?
What do you mean?
What was on the floor? I couldn't understand.
Ground beef.
Oh, ground beef.
Yeah. You know who that was, Ed?
Oh, it sounds like Pacino.
No, it was Giannis.
Was it Giannis?
Oh, really?
He likes to pull out a joke book once in a while and tell jokes to open up his press conferences. He's hilarious. He really is.
That's great.
That was his dad joke. So
all right.
Pretty good.
I didn't think it was Pacino. I was just kind of saying that because I didn't hear a booyah at the end.
Booyah! So what do you got? You got a dad joke?
I do. I
okay.
do.
Throw us a couple out.
What's a kidnapper's favorite shoe?
A kidnapper's favorite shoe would be
shoes. You can say shoes.
I don't know. Ed, you know?
No, I have no idea.
Go ahead.
White Vans.
I'll give you a shot for that. I'm being generous tonight.
Okay.
Keep my van out of your M&F mouth.
That's right. Hey, what kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
Sneakers. I don't know.
You got it.
Yes, a winner. Sneakers. I like it.
Why did the crab never share?
I don't know. Why didn't the crab share?
Because they're shellfish.
Hey, why don't you pour the beer?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that one up online and figure out what that was.
Why?
Yeah, that wasn't even funny at all. I must have missed it.
You know what a shellfish is?
What is this?
Oh.
Did you guys see that swimmer, Leah Thomas?
Yeah.
You see, I mean, there's been a whole bunch of stuff about her lately, and they're trying to get somebody else to win it now. There's some law or something, whatever.
Oh, really?
She told a reporter the other day that the world would be a better place if people would just accept her for who she is. She said she worked her balls off to get where she is today, and the other girls need to do the same if they want to compete with her.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
So we don't got to play the intro. What do you got for a beer tonight, Willie? We're having a beer
I always
here.
like to hear it, but it's always kind of fun. But anyways, so went to Michigan a couple weeks ago and stopped at the Saugatuck Brewing Company there in Saugatuck.
You know, Saugatuck is where Leah Thompson hangs out.
Leah Thompson?
Leah Thompson.
Wasn't she the mom? And
no, what's her name? What's her name, Ed? The swimmer?
Leah Thomas.
Oh, Leah Thomas. Not Leah Thompson. Now I'm starting rumors about the Back to the Future mom. I'm sorry.
There you go.
She's a very strange girl.
She was raised by idiots. Okay, I'm sorry.
So we have here, it's called the Barrel Aged Double Dipped Banana Split Milk Stout with natural flavors, obviously. And the way they describe it in the back, ice cream, you scream, we all scream for barrel aged ice cream. So it's the banana split, 10.5 alcohol.
Oh.
So, Ed, you wouldn't like this because it's probably got a little bit of a coffee flavor.
Yeah, you can't see my face right now, but I'm already, making that face.
Okay, so I'm gonna try it because it's banana split, and I love banana splits,
especially chocolate bananas.
Not bad. No, it's good.
It's good.
It's very smooth for being a
barrel aged.
Barrel, yeah, it's very smooth. I like it. Good one, Willie. Okay, more dad jokes. More dad jokes.
Okay, a limbo champion walks into a bar
and loses.
Yep.
That's a winner. Well, hold on. I gotta get the. Okay.
Why are they not allowed to do inventories in Afghanistan?
Inventories in Afghanistan. Ed?
All I can think of is something with Islamabad, but no, go ahead.
Because of the Taliban.
Taliban.
That bad.
You guys, we missed, it was April Fool's Day a couple days ago. We haven't even mentioned that either.
Oh, yeah.
And it's weird because, somebody came up to me. I can't remember. It was at work or something. I think it was on, Friday or Thursday? Probably Friday. Somebody goes, hey, there's an alien attack going on. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. The way everything's been going.
Well, somebody up in Door County posted, they go like, there's this young girl walking around an old man with a collar on and a chain in Door County. And people are just like, what? Where? Just kept letting it go. He goes, all right.
Oh, I thought you were in Shauna up in Door County.
No. We're getting some feedback.
Yes.
Getting feedback.
I don't know from where. Oh, it's gone.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gone. It was weird. It sounded weird. It sounded like we were talking to ourselves. I usually do that a lot, but not tonight. So Jarrett sent something else to us. We can do these next week. They are jelly beans. They're called Late Night Taco Truck.
I was looking for those.
Margarita, churro flavor, salsa flavored, guacamole flavored, beef taco flavored, and horchata flavored. So next week we'll be trying these, Ed. We'll wait for you, okay?
Yeah, I can't wait to get that taco flavor in my mouth.
Hey, we can add a little one of these spicy jelly beans with it.
It's a beef taco, Ed.
Oh, well, yeah. If you just lick the end of the bean, that's where all the taste is.
Okay. Anywho.
Sorry.
Now our show is NC-17 like absinthe.
You want me to top that? I got one.
Go ahead.
You always ask me what I did, and I did the quinceanera. We had a couple of weeks full of stuff, but this last weekend, I spent the weekend planning a trip to Disney, and I was never really interested in going till I heard about their dedication to teaching 6-year-olds about fisting and anal cream pies. It's a small world after all. Yeah.
I'll be down there during spring break, actually, so I'll send you pictures.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down in the gang wars of Cancun.
Oh, you are going down then, huh?
Yeah, I'll be down there. Yeah, during spring break, but there's been shootings like every 2 days down there.
In the
lately.
airport. It was in the airport.
There was an airport.
That wasn't a shooting.
What was
that?
that?
Was just a stampede because somebody thought it was a shooting.
Oh, okay. Well,
they were like, Chihuahua, ay caramba, and they all ran, and then people got stomped and killed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll ask you on the air so I don't forget. You have a 16-foot extension ladder I can borrow?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've got a pile of ladders. I don't know.
For that machine in back, I got to put filters in it. We got to move today.
Yeah, I think I just bought a new lightweight 16-footer.
Yeah, whenever. Whenever. If you swing them by driving by, drop it off or throw it out. I can get one from Mark.
I can have it dropped off tomorrow.
Okay, that's cool. I'll just keep it for a few weeks. Is that okay? You don't need it right away back?
No.
Okay, cool. I was going to buy one, but there's no point in buying one. I know you and Mark, and I'm sure one of you had one for me. So
that's right. Friends of the show.
Yeah, friends of the show. So what else we got? I thought I had one more thing written down here. So Masters, we're talking about the NFL. We talked a little about the NFL, the trade. NBA, we'll talk about that next week more, and we'll preview. So I got all that stuff here. Anything else? You got anything else, Willie? You got some fun facts?
I do have on this day in sports history.
I like these.
In 1974, Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth's home run record by hitting his 714th in Cincinnati against who, Ed?
Ooh, against Cincinnati, huh?
Against the Reds.
Yep.
74.
Who's the pitcher, you're saying?
Yeah. You were how old then? How old were you then?
I was 3.
I remember I had this guy's cards. That's the only reason I remember him.
Oh, man. And I'm trying to think, too,
if I gave you his first name, would it help?
Maybe.
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
No. I know he hit his 715th off of L. Downing.
L. Downing, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Downing.
So it was Jack Billingham.
Billingham. Yep, good one.
All right. And so,
good question.
Thank you. 1983, this coach won his only national championship. He started coaching the freshman team in New York. I forget what college it was at.
Are we talking basketball or
basketball?
He won his only
in
83.
In 83 is
Was it John Thompson?
Nope.
Jim Valdano?
Yep. Jimmy V.
Valdano, that was
Yeah, 83 NC State.
Yep.
I had to think of the champion. That was 80 something.
Everybody remembers that the when Lorenzo Charles off that desperation shot from Derek Whittingburg. And I tell you what, it's one of the best 30 for 30s too.
Yeah.
I love that.
They all sitting around talking.
Oh yeah.
At the bar.
It's
yep.
great. It's
and then
great.
they talk about Valdano. A lot of them start crying
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh
It was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Valdano must have been a great, he seemed like a great guy, but a lot of those guys seem what they aren't. But he just seemed like a very loved person. Watching that,
right?
A lot of players like their coach, but they were like tearing up talking about him. He's passed away it's been a few years. You think at that point, but they were tearing up like it was like their dad basically had passed away. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was interesting.
That's the first I remember college basketball. Like when I think back when I was a kid, that game. That's the first game I remember.
My first memory was I remember that game kind of. I remember the Massimino because that was kind of a big thing. But biggest one for me was when Keith Smart hit the shot against Syracuse because I was a Syracuse fan, and it was just so.
I remember that one very well.
Wide open in the corner.
Was that the 85?
87 maybe
or 87?
Yeah. And Keith Smart wasn't like one of the main players. That was a Steve Alford team, wasn't it? Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, that was the year. That was actually the year I met Scott Olson in 9th grade.
Oh.
We were watching Indiana games at Steve Alford team in class, and we were the only two guys sitting there and left. You know, when everybody else went to their next class at Lincoln, we were watching, and we figured out each one of us was, you know, some nerd that liked basketball.
Scott was here last night.
What?
Yeah,
there was a sighting.
You missed the appearance. We had a lot of guys here last night. Ed. It was crazy.
Yeah, I wish I would have been there, but I'm under the weather.
Well, you always are under the weather.
We should do.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should do the 100th caller. Gets to go with us to the.
Yeah, 100 callers tonight gets to go to the Bon Jovi concert tomorrow night. If I can't make it,
that's right.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying anything. I'm putting all kinds of stuff in my body right now just to see if anything will work.
Well, I'll come over and I'll help you out with that.
That might give me something else.
Yeah, well, you forgot about.
I don't have a cough anymore, but
you forget about the cold.
It hurts to walk.
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
1980.
My voice just got higher.
Oh yeah. 1988, the 50th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. This Danny Manning led team.
Oh.
Kansas beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma, Danny Manning.
And in 1989, on this day, it was Jabbar's last game in Seattle. There's two things. Funny, Seattle.
Wow. Yeah.
And then for you Cub fans.
Oh.
In 1994, this guy hit 3 home runs against Dwight Gooding.
Go ahead, Ed, take it.
Opening day.
Yep.
I can't remember his first name, but it's Tuffy Rhodes, obviously.
Tuffy Rhodes.
Carl.
I can't remember his real
Carl
first
with a K.
Carl, yeah. Yep, Carl.
Then he went over to Japan. He was already out of Major League, but like within a year.
And he was a star in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hit 3 home runs that whole year.
It was a 3
Yeah,
right
all
there.
on opening day.
Yep. He had 3 home runs, and that's all.
Everybody knew how to pitch him then.
Jesus, I was like, how does that even happen, man? That's incredible. It's a
It's a crazy stat, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 3 home
You're
runs.
like, dude, this guy's gonna hit 200 home runs this year.
Buy your tickets now. He should break the
What's
record.
the over and under?
He should break the record around August. Get those tickets for the August 15th game.
Can you imagine? People are trying. Probably Vegas has probably got the odds. We had him only hitting 3 home runs all year.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over.
I'm putting the house on it. There's no way he's not going to hit one more. A lot of
161 games to hit 1 home run.
A lot of homeless Cubs people after that. Back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was awesome. Oh.
And I do have a couple birthdays if you're interested.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's no really good, sports people birthdays, but Robert Downey Jr. I was gonna say, how old is he?
57.
Ed, you got a guess?
Well, let's see. He was a kid back in the 80s, so he's 60.
Nope. Scott was closer. He's 56.
Oh, 56. Okay.
And then David Blaine.
David Blaine, I'm going to guess. What do you think, Ed? You guess first.
I don't even know who that is.
The
magician.
The magician guy, David
The
Blaine.
street magician kind of guy. He does all kinds of
Well,
crazy
he's probably
stuff.
29 if he's a magician. He just tells everybody that. It's an illusion.
I think. Would you say Ed for the age? I didn't hear you.
29.
But he doesn't know who he is.
I'm going to guess.
I don't know who he is.
41.
48.
Ooh.
48.
Ooh, I should have said that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I think he's almost old as me. Wow.
Man, he looks 29.
He does because he's magic. He makes you think he's 29,
right.
like you said.
I got to look him up to see what he looks like now.
Anything else, Willie? There?
Just songs, but
Go ahead.
You
We
wanna
got
do
time.
that?
Yeah, we
Okay.
got time.
Right.
We got-
1972.
The best part of basketball game is the second half.
All right,
anyway.
right. So I mean, this band, I think this is their 3rd week having a number 1 song in 1972. We already talked about them. They like horses. They don't have no name.
Oh, America.
Oh, America.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Scott's favorite song, the band from Sweden.
Take a chance on me. No.
Not that song. The other one, your other favorite.
ABBA we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
What's
That's
the
right.
other song?
Fernando?
Is it?
Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen, yeah.
1977.
Oh, I
Joan,
thought that's what you.
1982 Joan Jett. I Love Rock and Roll. This is week 3 of 7 that she was number 1.
Mm.
And then this one, 1987. They used to have 2 names in their band. Jefferson was the first word.
Oh, Jefferson
Starship.
Plane.
No.
Starship built this city.
And this
We
was
built
called
this city.
Nothing Going to Stop Us Now,
Mm.
which is a
Oh,
good song.
and Sarah.
Don't sing it. You might have to pay $15 for that.
Nothing's gonna stop us now. Sound pretty
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Nice.
1992. We talked about her already. Ed had her Playboy underneath his
Leah Thomas.
His
No. Oh, sorry. Tiffany.
She was Miss America, and she.
Oh, we talked about a few.
Was in
Vanessa
Playboy.
Williams.
Vanessa Williams. Yeah. 1997. We talked about "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down." Puff Daddy featuring Mace. Well, it's Mace.
Yeah.
Week 3 of 6. And then J Lo in 2002. Week 5 of 6. Ain't It Funny? 2007. Don't Matter by Akon. And then We Are Young.
We are young.
With Fun.
Fun, yeah, with a period at the end.
Yep, Fun with period and
Fun period. Maybe that's our name.
Fun period.
Mhm.
There's Fun period there.
This is a fun period.
So that's all I got, kids, for that part of it. So, but one thing I did want to mention, we talked about Tiger Woods earlier, the Masters. And I mentioned this to Scott before we started the show, that he holds 36 records at Augusta.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing. 36 records there. So, and we don't have time to go through them all. So, but he was the youngest champion.
Yeah.
21 years and 3 months.
Didn't he hold the largest margin of victory and the best score ever?
Largest lead at 54 holes. He has
and the lowest score ever too, right?
Yep. Youngest leader at 36 holes. I mean, they got all kinds of different records here.
Wow.
So, but yeah, be interesting to see him come back and see what he can do. So,
yeah, we'll see this week. This week they said today he's in for sure.
He's in for sure.
Yep. So I guess we'll go to closing thoughts. Ed, you got any closing thoughts for us tonight?
Yeah, I actually seen an article about this doctor. Her name's Kat Pause. She's 42. Described herself in her Twitter bio. Fatalicious feminist, glorifying obesity since 2009. Tearing down white supremacy with my fat fingers. She died this week of a heart attack at 42.
Wow,
that's nice.
So
yeah, she was one of these ones that, fat's beautiful. Don't fat shame people, all this stuff. And I'm a fat guy, but she was like obese.
Mm-hmm.
And she died at 42 because her heart gave out finally.
Well, Ed,
That's sad.
after being sick this week, I bet you can fit in your quinceanera pants.
Dude, no kidding. I lost a bunch of weight. I might do this every couple weeks.
Walk around like lick toilet seats and try to get sick.
Lick doorknobs.
Oh, I do that already. But yeah, I see where you're going.
Will, any closing thoughts?
What's going on here? So we got NCAA basketball tonight. Frozen Four next week. Michigan hockey.
Oh, okay.
They're in it.
Where is that?
I believe it's in. I think it's in Pennsylvania this year.
Okay.
Allentown or something like that.
Yeah, it's out east somewhere.
Yeah.
And we're living here in Allentown. Okay,
So let's go blue.
Great song.
And we had a good run. Men's and women's teams made the Sweet 16. So good year for Michigan.
Yeah, football
did well, and their gymnastics team won the national championship last year, and they got a chance to win it again this year. So good year for them. Let's go blue hockey.
Oh, I got much to say. Just we'll be back next week we'll talk about the MLB preview next week. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs. We'll talk about this championship game that's happening and talk about the winner. And anything that pops up with the NFL. Our draft show is coming up in a few weeks, so we'll have that on a Thursday. I believe the draft is the first round, so we'll have that going on. But besides that, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. I would like to thank Willie and Ed for stopping in tonight, and Jace for stopping in for a few minutes. Eric's was tied up tonight.
Literally.
And we are the Benchwarmers.
Guys!
Check it out.
The park's closed.
What happened?
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Let's give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from summer beginnings.